Ladies and gentlemen and members of the class of 2012, I'm Dr. Tim Downs. It is my pleasure to serve as Master of Ceremonies for today's undergraduate commencement convocation of the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Education. Today is a special day of achievement for our graduates and a time of rejoicing and celebration for their families and friends. It is also a day of great pride for the faculty and staff members who have assisted our students during their studies at Niagara. I would ask you at this time to please turn off all cell phones so as not to disrupt this wonderful ceremony. As you may be aware, this is the first time in a number of years that Niagara is hosting the undergraduate commencement ceremonies on campus. While we know that hosting these events has caused some challenges for students, families, and the campus community, we are proud that the class of 2012 is graduating from their campus today. This weekend, Niagara University will confer degrees on nearly 1,200 candidates. Approximately 750 of those degrees will be awarded during our two ceremonies today. I sincerely hope that the baccalaureate degrees our students receive today will inspire a commitment to lifelong success, learning, and service to others. In our academic procession, the mace was carried by Dr. Mary M. Schreiner, Associate Professor of Chemistry. The mace is the symbol of the security of the university president, the corporate faculty and students, and is used only when they are solemnly convoked to deliberate as a university. We would also like to thank Brian Eckenrode, an adjunct professor in our Theater and Fine Arts Department, for adding to the spirit of our ceremony with the special touch that only bagpipes can provide. And now, for the national anthems, O Canada will be led by Andrea Goldhart, and she will be accompanied by Donald Shrimpton, former musical director for Niagara University Theater. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by Nina Williams.
What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Loving God, we give you glory, and we come to you today in a spirit of great joy and thanksgiving. We thank you for the gift of education, for the gifts of all those who have opened our minds and touched our hearts during our days at Niagara. We thank you for these graduates, for the blessing they have been to this community and the everlasting impression they have made on Niagara University. And we thank you for the model you give to us in our patron, St. Vincent de Paul, in whose spirit we seek to serve the poor of our neighboring community, our country, and our world. Lord, we ask that you continue to bless our university, and especially these graduates, as they move forward to carry out your work in the world. Grant them peace in these days of transition and great hope for the future. Grant them courage and wisdom, undying faith and humility. May all of our hearts be open to your will, and may we strive daily to live by the words of our patron, St. Vincent, who said, "Put your trust in him, and following his example, always act humbly, graciously, and in good faith." We ask all this through Jesus Christ, your Son and our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Andrea, Nina, and Christina. And a special congratulations to our anthem singers who will be graduating today. Andrea will receive her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, and Nina will receive her Bachelor of Arts degree. 6 years ago, Niagara celebrated its 150th anniversary. To commemorate this event, Roland Martin was commissioned to write an original musical number to help celebrate this special time in the university's history. It is called Hymn of a Grateful Heart, based on Psalm 138. Today, it will be performed by Kristen Gregory, a theater faculty voice teacher, and her husband, Brian Eckenrode, a member of the Theater and Fine Arts Department, accompanied by Mr. Don Shrimpton.
distress, you preserve me against the anger of my enemies. You raise your hand. Your right hand saves me. The Lord will complete what He has done for me. Your kindness, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. I will give thanks to you, Lord, with all my heart. In the presence of the angels, I will sing your
The conferral of an honorary degree is a symbol of the university's respect and affection. It is a privilege conferred by the Board of Trustees after careful consideration of each candidate. Today's honorary degrees will be presented by Father Joseph Levesque, CM, President of Niagara University. Assisting him will be Brother Martin Schneider, CM, Coordinator of Commencement Activities. Our first recipient is Sylvia Nasar, author of the New York Times bestseller, A Beautiful Mind. Dr. Bonnie Rose, Executive Vice President at Niagara University, will read the citation.
It's not that often that someone trained as an economist becomes a Pulitzer Prize finalist and inspires an Academy Award motion picture. But that's the story of Sylvia Nasar. Sylvia Nasar was born in Bavaria in 1947, and her family immigrated to the United States in 1951. After living in New York and Washington, D.C., the family returned to Turkey in 1960. But Sylvia returned to the U.S. in 1965 on her own to attend Antioch College, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in literature. Sylvia continued her education at New York University and earned a Master of Arts degree in economics in 1976. As an economics correspondent, Sylvia worked at Fortune and the U.S. News and World Report, but it was her work at the New York Times that led her to write The Lost Years of the Nobel Laureate, about John Nash's mathematical genius and his battle with schizophrenia. After that piece was published, Sylvia was inspired to write a full biography about the Nobel Prize winner. Sylvia worked for 3 years on the biography, interviewing hundreds of colleagues and friends, and researching medical publications and math texts to piece together Nash's work as a brilliant mathematician and his breakdown into schizophrenia. The book, A Beautiful Mind, became a New York Times bestseller and was translated into 30 different languages. It won the 1998 National Book Critics Circle Award for Biography and was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize for Biography. A Beautiful Mind also inspired the film of the same name, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 2001. Sylvia recently published The Grand Pursuit, the story of economic genius, the epic story of the making of modern economics and of how economics rescued mankind from squalor and deprivation. Sylvia is a member of the Board of Advisors and a public advocate of Teen Screen, an outreach program of the Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons designed to identify and treat significant mental health problems affecting young people in the community and schools. Professor Nasar is the first James S. and John L. Knight Professor of Business Journalism at the Columbia Journalism School, and she co-directs the Master of Arts program in Business Journalism with James B. Stewart, Bloomberg Professor of Business Journalism. She has also held visiting fellowships at the Russell Sage Foundation, the McDowell Colony, Yaddo, the Institute for Advanced Study, Princeton, and King's and Churchill Colleges at Cambridge University. In 2005, she was awarded an honorary doctorate from DePaul University. Today, Niagara University is privileged to bestow on Sylvia Nasar, honoris causa, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, Dr. Rose. Mr. Robert Clune, Managing Partner at Williamson Clune Stevens and Niagara University Trustee, is our next recipient. Dr. Kevin Hearn, Vice President for Student Affairs at Niagara University, will read the citation.
The Niagara University campus would look and sound significantly different if it weren't for the passion and generosity of Robert J. Clune, a member of the NU class of 1958. The places in which his support have impacted Niagara extend from Alumni Chapel, where he assisted with the donations of hymnals and a piano, to the Castellani Art Museum, where his donations of sculpture by prominent 20th century artist Jack Squire adorned the front lawn and sculpture court, to the campus perimeter, which was enhanced as a result of the university's relicensing agreement with the New York State Power Authority, an effort in which Bob played a significant role. But perhaps the most noticeable change associated with Bob's love for his alma mater is the Elizabeth Ann Clune Center for Theater. He secured the funding for this beautiful two-level complex, which was named for his daughter, an ardent theater fan. Both Bob and his wife, Joanne, have been loyal patrons of NU Theater for decades. While these are the visible signs of Bob's commitment to Niagara, the countless students who have benefited from scholarships, programs, and services funded by the President's Dinner and the Alumni Fund are also a testament to his dedication, as he has been a strong supporter of both programs. And as a member of the university's Board of Trustees, Bob has provided valuable guidance to the administration on matters of development and student life. Beyond the campus, Bob exemplifies the qualities Niagara seeks to instill in its students. He has had a highly successful career as an attorney in Ithaca, New York, where he is the managing partner in the law firm of Williamson, Clune, and Stevens. He is active in both his church and community and serves as a trustee at the Elizabeth Ann Clune Montessori School. Niagara University has recognized Bob for his tremendous accomplishments and unwavering support with the College of Arts and Sciences Dean Award and the very prestigious Dunleavy Award. Today, we are delighted to have another opportunity to honor Robert J. Clune for his outstanding professional and personal achievements by conferring upon him honors causa, the degree of Doctor of Laws.
Thank you, Dr. Hearn. Congratulations to our honorees for this well-deserved recognition. We are delighted to welcome you into the ranks of our alumni. It is now my pleasure to call on Sylvia Nasar, who will deliver the commencement address. Dr. Nasar.
Thank you. I'm so honored and so touched to be here today. I discovered the story of John Nash, the most remarkable mathematician of the second half of the 20th century, over a decade ago. A Beautiful Mind is a drama about the mystery of the human mind. It's a love story. It's a classic survival story. People often ask me what I took from it. And of course, in coming here today, I've been thinking about what you, the class of 2012, might take from it. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that you can't write the last chapter of your own story. Maybe you can't even write the next one. You can't imagine how things will turn out. You don't know what's possible. It's not over until it's over. At one point in the movie, when it looked as if things really were all over for Nash, Alicia takes John's hand and places it over her heart and says, "I have to believe that something extraordinary is possible." And more often than we think, something extraordinary is possible. John Nash was born in the coal country of West Virginia on the eve of the Great Depression. He arrived at Princeton University, the center of the mathematical universe, in 1948, another recession year, as a first-year PhD student. A one-line letter, admirably concise, preceded him. This man is a genius. John Nash was conspicuous at age 19 for his movie star looks and his Olympian manner. His conversation had a stilted, ornamental quality. He avoided classes as a matter of principle. Perhaps like some of you, he was rarely seen opening a book. On those few occasions when he was spotted in the library, it would be lying on one of those long oaken tables with his arms folded under his head, staring up at the ceiling. The other students thought he was weird, haughty, spooky, even for a mathematician. Another graduate student, a mathematician, described him as obnoxious, immature, a brat, but added that what redeemed him was a clear, logical, beautiful mind. In his very first semester, Nash invented an ingenious topological game that Parker Brothers later manufactured under the name of Hex, and that you can play online today. Around the mathematics common room at Princeton, the game, which was played with black and white go stones on a rhombus covered with hexagons, was simply called Nash or John. As you know, play is as essential to creativity as work. Nash proved a beautiful and surprising theorem showing that the player who makes the first move in the game can always win. But his life story proves that in life, as opposed to in the game, outcomes are not determined by the first move or the second move or even the 50th move. In life, one thing can lead to another, but only if you have faith, only if you stay in the game. Before I studied economics, I majored in literature. Plays, novels, poetry are full of stories about meteoric rises and catastrophic falls. There are very few stories, much less true stories, with a genuine third act. But John Nash's life had such a third act. And that third act is what drew me to his story in the first place. I was an economics reporter at the New York Times. I heard a rumor that he might be on a short list for a Nobel Prize in economics. He was not exactly a household name, but anyone who studies economics these days learns some game theory, a branch of mathematics that uses games like poker or chess to analyze competition and cooperation, whether among companies or individuals, nations, or animals. And everyone who studies economics in graduate school learns the so-called Nash equilibrium. I made a few phone calls. I learned that before John Nash had turned 30, he was already a rock star in the rarefied world of mathematics. He had made astounding contributions, not just in game theory, for which he got a Nobel, but in far-flung and very deep areas of pure mathematics. He was about to be promoted full professor at MIT. He had married a gorgeous physics student, Alicia. He was looking forward to the birth of a son. And then the curtain fell. Not long after Fortune magazine singled him out as the most brilliant of the younger generation of American mathematicians, Nash's beautiful mind betrayed him. One morning, he walked into the common room at MIT carrying a copy of the New York Times. He remarked to no one in particular that a story on the front page contained encrypted messages from inhabitants of another galaxy. Soon afterwards, he pulled aside one of his doctoral students and handed him an intergalactic driver's license and offered him a seat on his newly organized world government. As his behavior became more and more bizarre, he was hospitalized against his will at McLean Hospital outside of Boston. And there, the psychiatrists quickly came to the conclusion that he was suffering from the most devastating and disabling of mental illnesses, paranoid schizophrenia. A Harvard mathematician who visited him at McLean asked, "How could you, a mathematician, someone who has devoted your whole career to rationality, how could you believe that aliens from outer space were recruiting you to save the world?" Nash looked at him and answered, "These ideas came to me the same way my mathematical ideas did, so I took them seriously." The inability to distinguish between delusion and reality, between voices in one's own head and one's thoughts, is, of course, part of the tragedy of schizophrenia. We now know that schizophrenia is a real disease, like diabetes or epilepsy. But when Nash got sick in 1959, shortly after his 30th birthday, The science was primitive, and so were the treatments. Mental illnesses were supposed to be the fault of bad mothers. Schizophrenia was almost universally considered a life sentence without parole. And tragically, for many people, it is. Another visitor, also a mathematician, recalled, Robert Lowell, the poet, walked in manic as hell. There's Mrs. Nash sitting in the lounge, pregnant as hell. Lowell looks at her and starts quoting the begat sequences in the Bible. And there was John, very quiet, almost not moving. He wasn't even listening. He was totally withdrawn. I focused mostly on his wife and on the coming child. I've had that picture in my mind for years. It's all over for him, I thought. And for a very, very long time, it did look as if it was all over for Nash. By the mid-1980s, the ideas that he had had in his 20s were becoming influential in fields from economics and geometry to biology and political science. But Nash, the man, the human being, had been all but forgotten. The more influential his contributions became, the deeper he sank into illness, poverty, and obscurity. He was hospitalized several times, always against his will. He was subjected to extreme and extremely futile treatments. He was unable to work. As the years passed, he became a mute, ghost-like figure in red high tops and mismatched plaids, scrawling mysterious numerological messages on the blackboards of the mathematics building at Princeton. Students knew him only as the Phantom of Fine Hall, and outside of a small circle of mathematicians of his generation in Princeton, most people who had heard of him or who knew his work, including me, simply assumed that he was dead. And then, after 3 decades, after 30 years, something extraordinary happened. Freeman Dyson, the theoretical physicist and writer, used to see Nash every day at Princeton's Institute for Advanced Study, but had never heard him speak or interact or seen him interact with anyone. And Freeman said to me, it was beautiful. Slowly, he just somehow woke up. On the day that the Nobel was announced, I was in the newsroom, idly scrolling through the morning's wire stories, and I can still remember the almost out-of-body experience when I saw Nash's name in the story from Stockholm. I hadn't wanted to write the story a year and a half earlier when I heard the rumor, because lots of people are shortlisted for Nobels who never get them, and writing about his tragic life in the New York Times under those circumstances I felt would be an invasion of privacy. But now that he had the protective mantle of a Nobel, I knew that I had to get that story. To me, the notion that someone who had been lost for so long could be found again, that someone who had fallen as far as John Nash had fallen could come back again, struck me as extraordinary, like a Bible story or a Greek myth or a fairy tale. Nash, I learned, survived those lost decades largely because Alicia and a handful of loyal friends in the mathematics community refused to give up on him, kept believing that something extraordinary was possible. And of course, most of our lives aren't going to encompass the extraordinary elements of Nash's genius, madness, reawakening, a Nobel Prize. But for all of us, it's like that old REM song, there is a second, a third, a fourth, many chances, but only if we keep trying, if we see the opportunities, if we stay in the game. In an extremely, extremely minor way, I feel my own journey has something in common with this principle. Until I actually became a journalist at around age 35, nothing in my life pointed in that direction. English was not my first language. I was, unlike you, a C student. I wasn't expecting to have a career at all. When I graduated from college in a recession year, the future head of the Port Authority of New York said, "Sylvia, there are thousands of girls like you pounding the pavements of New York, looking for a job. I hope you can type." A dozen years later, in the worst recession since the Great Depression, I still hadn't published anything or really done much of anything. I was a single mother with 2 young children who had just gotten herself fired and whose only hope was that the telephone company might hire me to calculate their long-distance rates. Of course, it's absolutely fantastic to discover your passion, hone your talent, accomplish great things, be recognized when you're still in your 20s. And I know that, like Nash, many of you will experience that. But for some of us, maybe for most of us, it can take a few acts. It also takes some faith. I'll never forget a letter I got at the Times after the story ran. It was scrawled on this crumpled, dirty piece of orange paper in a smudged envelope that never would have gotten past the Times newsroom after the anthrax scare. And it was a letter from a man who turned out to be a one-time rising star on the Metro desk of the New York Times until he too was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia in his 20s. And since then, he had adopted the name Berkeley Baby and lived on the streets of Berkeley, California, in the vicinity of the university, a sad and tattered figure, not unlike the Phantom of Fine Hall. And what did his letter say? It said, "John Nash's story gives me hope that one day the world will come back to me too." John Nash was about my age when the world came back to him, and after he got the Nobel, he talked about his second career, about the problems that he hoped to solve. When he and Alicia, who remarried, joked about having a second take on life that's just like the movies. Mathematics is, of course, mostly a young man or young woman's game, yet even in his 80s, John Nash is still thinking about those big mathematics problems. And in the last frame of the PBS documentary about his life, John looks straight at the camera and says, "I'm not thinking anything crazy, but there are different possibilities. I don't know what the future holds exactly, even if it's not such a long future for me." Well, your future is a lot longer. And sure, the job market's not great right now. It may take a few acts, a few starts to find your footing. But starting out was always hard. And in the last 160 years, and now I'm speaking as an economist, in the last 160 years, at least 44 college classes, including Nash's, including mine, probably including those of your parents, at least 44 classes graduated in a recession year when jobs were hard to find. But every one of those classes, including the Great Depression generation, not only wound up with more opportunities, but actually achieved more and lived better than their parents' generation. So have a little faith. Keep doing what you have learned to do here at Niagara. Keep learning, keep searching for your truly original idea. Keep believing, like John and Alicia Nash, that sometimes something extraordinary is possible. Thank you and good luck, but from what I've heard about you today, I doubt you'll need much of it.
Thank you very much, Sylvia, for your wonderful remarks. It has been a distinct pleasure to have you with us today. And now we come to the conferral of degrees. Will all degree candidates please stand? Reverend President, I have the honor to present to you from the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Education candidates who have fulfilled every requirement for their respective degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Niagara University, I hereby confer the appropriate baccalaureate degrees to these candidates and bestow on them all rights and privileges therein.
Will the graduates please secure your hoods and move the tassels on your caps to the opposite side? Congratulations to the Niagara University class of 2012. I'm now pleased to call on Dr. Deborah Colley, Dean of the College of Education, to begin the conferral of degrees. Dr. Colley.
Very Reverend President Father Levesque, on behalf of the outstanding faculty in education, it is my distinct honor to present to you the class of 2012 in the College of Education. Christy R. Aderman. Alexandria Jacqueline Agnello, cum laude. Alexandria's diploma is being presented by her mother, Jackie Agnello, Assistant Comptroller at Niagara University. Sarah Nicole Anthon, magna cum laude. Christy Renee Barrett, summa cum laude. Jessica Danielle Batchelor, magna cum laude. Brittany M. Battaglia. Jenna Lynn Bond, magna cum laude. Joshua David Becker, cum laude. Anthony Joseph Biaki. Andrea Biasillo, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Boland, cum laude. Kaylee Elizabeth Battelle. Lauren Michelle Briand, summa cum laude. Danielle Ann Burke. Sasha Lynette Cadies, summa cum laude, University Honors, Vincent de Paul Award, and recipient of the Monsignor Dugan Award for Outstanding Leadership by a Senior Woman Student. Patricia Dolores Kale, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Colling. Kara Lynn Connors, summa cum laude. Alyssa Ann Constable, cum laude. Grace Marie Cunningham. Kristen Margaret DeMarco, magna cum laude. Melissa Ann Dietrich, magna cum laude. Christopher Richard Dugan, summa cum laude, recipient of the Vincent de Paul Award. Jillian Marie Eckert, cum laude. Rebecca Jeanette Ellis, summa cum laude, recipient of the Vincent de Paul Award. Kelly Jean Faxlander, cum laude. Dana Mary Ferguson. Thomas Matthew Philosophus, magna cum laude. Emily Rose French, magna cum laude. Lindsay Ann Frank. Adriana Michelle Gallo, cum laude. Rochelle M. Gallo. Leah Christine Gerasi, cum laude. Victoria Marie Gilliland, summa cum laude, University Honors. Hula Gerchek, magna cum laude. Julia's diploma is being presented by her husband, Mustafa Gerchek, Assistant Professor of History at Niagara University. Alexandra Marie Grab, summa cum laude. Kimberly Christine Groff, summa cum laude. Michael John Gonzalez, cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Haley, magna cum laude. Jillian Renee Hanley, cum laude. Katie Elizabeth Harloff, magna cum laude. Holly Ann Hawk, magna cum laude. Casey Ann Hawley. Christina Marie Hawley, magna cum laude. Maria Danielle Held. Rebecca Faye Hensley, summa cum laude. Jordan P. Hernandez, summa cum laude. Peter D. Hewer, magna cum laude. Chelsea Ray Hewitt, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Rochelle Hoffman, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Hoover, summa cum laude, recipient of the College of Education Senior Award for Excellence in Teacher Preparation. Kelly Marie Junkie, magna cum laude. Bridget Aileen Kelsey, magna cum laude. Emily Rose Kolasic. Christina Marie Knapp, summa cum laude, University Honors, recipient of the Dr. George M. Banks Memorial Award for Excellence in Mathematics. Angela Marie Knuffer. Lisa M. Cook, magna cum laude. Paul Samuel Kowalski, cum laude. Jessica Ann Lakativa, magna cum laude. Alicia M. Labudi. Garrett W. Loria, magna cum laude. Nicole L. McDonough, cum laude. Leslie Ann Makowski. Geraldine Menzella. Heather Marie Martin, cum laude. Andrew R. Menser, cum laude. Valerie E. Miller. Stephanie L. Myers. Suzanne Elizabeth Nash, cum laude. Nicole Lynn Neary, cum laude. Dina Marie Neri Genova. Emily Marie Oliark. Jamie Lynn Palmer, magna cum laude. Molly Elizabeth Pouts. Kalani Michelle Personius, summa cum laude, recipient of the Father James O'Keefe Award for Excellence in Foreign Language. Kristen Angela Prabucki, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Ranney, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Reagan, summa cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Raimondo, magna cum laude. Sarah Jane Reinhold, cum laude. Brittany R. Rodriguez. Kelsey Joe Russo, magna cum laude. Haley Ann Scanlon, magna cum laude. Lauren D. Seifert, cum laude. Tajinder Jimmy Singh. Rebecca Ann Sobel, cum laude. Jacqueline Nicole Samansky, summa cum laude. Courtney Marie Thompson, magna cum laude. Robin Lynn Vire, magna cum laude. Jacob R. Vivian, magna cum laude. Jessica Lee Walrath, magna cum laude. Leah Catherine Whitaker. Martha Ann Wilmore, summa cum laude. Tina Marie Zanino, cum laude. Trevor Alexander Zayats, cum laude. For the Bachelor of Science degree in Education, Catherine Ross Kaufman. Father Levesque, this concludes the list of our extraordinary, passionate, and dedicated graduates, Niagara's newest, highly engaging teachers, the class of 2012 from the internationally accredited College of Education. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Now I am pleased to call on Dr. Nancy McGlenn, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dean McGlenn.
Very Reverend President Levesque, on behalf of the outstanding faculty in the College of Arts and Sciences, it is with great pleasure and real pride that I present the college's 89th graduating class, the class of 2012, receiving the Associate in Arts degree, Kimberly Ann Nedza. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree, Martha Abdullahi. Christina M. Adam. Christina Marie Antonelli, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Caitlin Victoria Augustiniak. Caitlin's diploma is being presented by her mother, Christine Augustiniak, professor of school psychology. Deshauna Siobhan Ald. Brett Tyler Baldeck. Michael Joseph Berry. Caitlin R. Bain, summa cum laude. Paul R. Beatty III. Lindsay Nicole Bellardi, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Olivia R. Bettetti, magna cum laude. Megan Ann Breeze, cum laude. Alana Elsie Choli Brown. Casey E. Byam. Stephanie Carpenter, cum laude. Sarah R. Catalano. Chase Pompey Cedrone. Stephanie Capola. Shauna Colleen Corden. Shanna Marie Davis. Matthew John DeMarco. Kelly Lynn Daneka, cum laude. Tiffany Ann Domkowski. Emily Elizabeth Donahue. Erin Marie Duffy, cum laude. Kelsey Patricia Durfee. Alyssa Rose Erickson. Francis Walter Feely. Jessica Feliciano Seeloff. Jillian Ann Fish, summa cum laude, university honors. Michael C. Floan. Elizabeth C. Freiberger. Sebastian Charles Galbo, summa cum laude, university honors. Sabri Ann Gamel. Lieutenant Andrew Thomas Gary, magna cum laude. Taylor Renee Gentner, cum laude. Samuel Robert Goodwin, magna cum laude. Dylan J. Gramlich. Bianca Ursula Grant. William Charles Hepshide, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Hillary Eliza Hansen, cum laude. Caitlin Erin Hardison, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Andrew Michael Hart, cum laude. Amy L. Harvey, magna cum laude, university honors. Heather Alexandra Hayden. Christina Marie Heel. Hannah Kathleen Hedrick, magna cum laude. Lisa Marie Hetzel. Brian Hinton. Anna Hoffman, summa cum laude, university honors, recipient of the Vincent DePaul Award. Jeffrey T. Hope. Dejanique Norval Hoskins. Kristen Marie Hughes, cum laude. Tiffany Ann Hyman, magna cum laude, university honors. David J. Illig. Evan John Jackson. Daphniella O. Joseph, cum laude. Jessica Maureen Cates, summa cum laude. Brandy Lee Kiesler, magna cum laude. Gayla D. Kessinger, Adams. Allison Stacy Kilmer. Laura Kiyomi Kimoto, magna cum laude. Chelsea J. King, cum laude. Summer L. Labarge, magna cum laude. Joseph Robert Larson. Brooke A. Latchford, magna cum laude. Justin R. Lulier. Irene Mary Lakutis. Luke Dennis James Lorenzetti. Kristen Elizabeth Lundy. Lieutenant James P. McCoy, Jr. James P. Mellick. Lauren Merrick, summa cum laude, university honors. Patricia F. Meyerhofer. Taja Adriana Miles. Stephanie Rose Mishert, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Carrie D. Morrison, summa cum laude, university honors, recipient of the Dr. Patricia D. Ebert Memorial Award for an outstanding psychology graduate. Andrew J. Murphy. Kevin T. O'Sullivan. Kelly Noel Overton. Lauren Elizabeth Palmieri, magna cum laude. Ashley M. Pascuzzi. Kelly Kathleen Pass, cum laude. Cassandra L. Purichek, magna cum laude. Jennifer Ann Peterson, magna cum laude. Nadej Rose Petrie. John David Powers. Jennifer Marie Puglisi, cum laude. Lieutenant Sean Richard Reedy, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Matthew Anderson Riley, magna cum laude, university honors. William Vincent Rinaldi, magna cum laude. Melissa M. Ripa. Linda Ibrahim Rizek, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Rodino. Lieutenant Matthew Francis Ranji, summa cum laude. Samantha Josephine Ryan. Jessica Lynn Silverson, magna cum laude. Zali Elizabeth Saxon. Christopher John Shepard. Kathleen Marie Smith. Kathleen's diploma is being presented by her mother, Michelle Smith Link, in institutional advancement. Giselle Francine Thompson, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Jessie Truitt, cum laude. Janae Anise Marie Tyson. Stacy Lynn Walker, summa cum laude, University Honors, Sertoma Award for Academic Excellence in Political Science. Emily Nicole Watson, magna cum laude. Bridget M. Weber, summa cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Weber, summa cum laude. Nina Angela Williams. Amy Marie Young, magna cum laude. Derek William Zeller.
Now we're going to go on to the next ones for the Bachelor of Science. All right, Father.
Receiving the Bachelor of Science degree, Susanna Agudelo Uribe, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Sarah Jane Alfieri. Michelle Marie Ando, cum laude. Lori Ann Argentieri, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Janelle G. Atkinson, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Ashley Ann Birardinelli. Elizabeth Karen Berger, summa cum laude. Joanne C. Bierkry, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Lauren Lynn Bowen, magna cum laude, University Honors. Nicole M. Brady, cum laude. Alyssa Lynn Breeze, cum laude. Joseph E. Bushy. Right? Laura M. Caballero Mendoza, magna cum laude. Michael A. Caley. Veronica L. Campanella, summa cum laude. Nicholas Vincent Capria. Matthew R. Castaldo, cum laude, recipient of the Vincent DePaul Award. Sarah Chaudry, summa cum laude, recipient of the St. Vincent de Paul Community Action Award. Megan Patricia Ruth Christie, cum laude. Lisa Marie Shute, magna cum laude, University Honors. Courtney Vera Clement. Ashley C. Collins. Thomas R. Collins, Jr., recognition of distinctive scholarship. Lieutenant Robert James Conroy. Matthew R. Cook. Nicole A. Corum. Nicole's diploma is being presented by her mother, Linda Corum, in Academic Affairs. Linda Cull, summa cum laude. Kevin Brian Cutler. Joseph A. Zerwanka. Sean Anthony Dyka. Samuel A. Datillo. Emily Patricia Detine. Caitlin Elizabeth Gichico, cum laude, departmental honors. Christopher James Dietz, cum laude, departmental honors. Matthew James Dombrowski, double degree in criminal justice and accounting. Michael Joel Donahue. Jamie Lynn Fairfield, cum laude. Megan Felice. Alyssa Nicole Field. Sean Patrick Finnerty. Lauren Marie Fitzpatrick, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Christina Marie Fodorero, magna cum laude, university honors. Bridget Nicole Foster, recognition of distinctive scholarship. My grandson, Daniel Christopher Godowski, summa cum laude. Christina Marie Garrick. Lieutenant Peter Garrettson, magna cum laude, university honors. Eileen Mary Gramlich, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Joseph M. Gringa, cum laude. Lieutenant Christopher John Haggard, magna cum laude. Victoria Elizabeth Hamilton. Victoria's diploma is being presented by her mother, Maria Hamilton, in business services. Melinda Marie Hancock, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Shakila Jamie Hagebuck, summa cum laude. Jacob Lewis Hinton. Lieutenant Gregory Thomas Hotelling. Alicia Marie J. Hutton, summa cum laude. James Patrick Hyman, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Samantha A. Ironarelli, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Chelsea Ann Jaros. Caitlin Elizabeth Marie Jenkins. Cheryl M. Jonas, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Marie Catherine Kameen. Nicole Marie Carrick, summa cum laude. Adrian M. Kasbaum, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Jennifer Midori Kimoto, cum laude. Christopher D. Kinsley, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Rebecca Roberta Christine Knoll, magna cum laude. Danielle Marie Cokes, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Lori Beth Korzaneski, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Jeffrey I. Lachlan. John M. Leisner, Jr., cum laude. Gina Elise Leon. Shaquanda Chantel Leverett, magna cum laude. Jamie E. Levin. Lieutenant John Joseph Lavulis, summa cum laude. Kelly A. Linville. Christina Marie Losi, cum laude. Kathleen R. Longobardi, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Nicole Lachlan, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Christina Litvinska. Katie Ryan Mackamer, cum laude. Chelsea Elizabeth Mandrino. Anna Marie Masters, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Matthew D. McGovern. Lieutenant Richard G. McKee. Megan Elizabeth Mezer, cum laude. Deborah A. Nicholas, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Curtis Paul Monaco, magna cum laude. Samantha Lynn Morgan, magna cum laude. David James Mount, Jr. Jennifer Pamela Mueller, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Sylvia H.E. Musty, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Sarah Elizabeth Nugent. Timothy R. O'Shea, magna cum laude. Walker Thomas Owen, Jr. Brittany Rochelle Page. Anne E. Palermo, summa cum laude, University Honors. Bryce David Paolella. Lieutenant Kyle James Pear, summa cum laude. Richard William Paris, cum laude. Katrina A. Peach, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Kyle Matthew Polanski, summa cum laude. Madison Lee Polina, cum laude. Lieutenant Vincent Michael Powerski. Benjamin Stephen Quantz, cum laude. Vesna Rakosevic, magna cum laude. Nicholas M. Redenbach, cum laude. Elizabeth Marielle Rice. Caitlin Diane Rice, magna cum laude, University Honors. Jessica Shannon Riley, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Cheryl Lynn Robinson, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Caitlin M. Sacco. Stephanie S. Salters. Daniela A. Sama. Robert Michael Scardino. Brian J. Shavuli. Leanne Margaret Schneller, magna cum laude. Ashley Marie Schofield, magna cum laude, University Honors. Trisha A. Sealbinder. Yasmin Schaff, cum laude. Lieutenant Sarah Claire Schaefer. Lucas James Shumway, magna cum laude, University Honors. Andrew Nicholas Sedlecki, summa cum laude, University Honors, recipient of the Dr. Thomas H. Morton Medal for Excellence in Biology, recipient of the Niagara Medal. Brandon Douglas Smith. Molly Elizabeth Snyder. Brittany Pearl Spalding. Courtney Renee Staggers, cum laude. Michael Aaron Stoddard. Melissa B. Swanhart, magna cum laude. Maya Maria Shostak. Patrick Samuel Texera II, cum laude. Double degree in biology and religious studies. University honors, recipient of the Vincent de Paul Award and recipient of the Likely Award for Excellence in Theology. Brian J. Thompson. Anthony Major Timmons. Anna C. Tepp, cum laude. Lieutenant Christopher S. Tornabene. Carolyn L. Trabert, cum laude. Nicole Marie Valeriet, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Nico Devon Velasquez. Catherine L. Vitello, recognition of distinctive scholarship. Jamie Elizabeth Walter, summa cum laude, university honors. Jonathan Michael Wilson Sr., magna cum laude. Christopher Ryan Worth, summa cum laude, university honors. Erica R. Woodruff. Sarah Lynn Zacharias. Joseph Martin Zelich. Lauren Rose Zupp, cum laude. Receiving the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, Emily Aguilar, magna cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Boatman, magna cum laude. Alicia Ann Burning. Kaylee Lillian Bush, summa cum laude, university honors. Anise Solano, magna cum laude. Jason David Clark, summa cum laude, university honors. Olivia Hannah Colleton, cum laude. Erica Miranda Dieterich, magna cum laude. Brittany Ann Gabriel, cum laude. Andrea M. Golhart, summa cum laude. William J. Leonard III. Eric Lewis Medea. Brittany T. Metz, cum laude. Megan Michelle Miller. Aaron Joseph Mosley, magna cum laude. Jamie Lynn Nablo, magna cum laude. Rachel Macklin Olszewski, cum laude. Leonardo Salvatore Petrera, summa cum laude. Jessica Ann Polton. Megan Deanna Smith, summa cum laude. Leanne C. Troutman, magna cum laude. Michael Dean Van Dyke, cum laude. Chelsea M. Zimmerman, cum laude. Father Levesque, this concludes the list of exceptionally talented, hard-working, hard-playing, most of the time in that order, tradition-setting graduates in the class of 2012 from the oldest college, the largest undergraduate college, the preeminent College of Arts and Sciences.
Congratulations to graduates of the class of 2012. We are very proud of you. It is a Niagara tradition to present emerito medals to faculty members who have completed 25 years of service to the university. Today we have two such faculty members. The first recipient of the Emerito Medal is Dr. Robin W. Irwin, Jr., Associate Professor of Education. I ask Robin to come forward to accept the Emerito Medal. The second recipient of the Emerito Medal is Dr. Bert Thompson, Professor of Psychology. Bert was not able to be with us today, and we will present his medal to him at a later time. Congratulations to both of our recipients today. Lieutenant Colonel Paul Dansereau, Chair of the Military Science Department, will now present our ROTC cadets with their commissions as second lieutenants in the United States Army. Colonel?
Thank you. The commissioning class of 2012 begins their United States Army careers. They'll be the leaders of our nation's sons and daughters, responsible for their health, training, and welfare.
I, Robert Conroy. I, Andrew Gary.
I, Peter Garrettson.
I, Christopher Haggard.
I, Gregory Hotelling.
I, John Levulis.
I, James McCoy.
I, Chris Tornabaney.
I, Sarah Schaefer.
I, Matthew Ranji.
I, Sean Reedy.
I, Vincent Powerski.
I, Kyle Pear.
I, Richard McKee.
Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States.
Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States.
In the grade of second lieutenant.
In the grade of second lieutenant.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend.
That I will support and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservations.
Without any mental reservations.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And I will faithfully discharge.
And I will faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office.
The duties of the office.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
it is customary for student leaders to offer their expression of gratitude to peers, parents, faculty, and administrators. I am pleased to call on Mr. Matthew Carozzo, President of the senior class, for his remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Downs. I'll keep it brief since it's hot and we've been here a very long time. On behalf of the class of 2012, I'd like to extend our welcome to our families, friends, alumni, honorees, faculty, staff, and administration at the 155th Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony and the first to be graduating back on Niagara's campus. Sure. I'd like to thank Christina Knapp, Erin Haley, Jordan Hernandez, John Lavoulis, Sarah Schaefer, Andrew Galla, Lindsay Frank, Dr. Bertland, Nina Williams, and Chris Zukas for their dedicated work on behalf of the Niagara Student Government Organization and the university. Every one of these individuals has dedicated themselves to fulfilling the Vincentian mission of university and enriching student life. Another thank you goes to President Father Levesque, Dr. Bonnie Rose, Dr. Martin Schneider, Rhonda Shia, Bill Newton, Mary Maytash, Maddie Ortiz, Dr. Hearn, Carrie McLaughlin, and Dr. Downs. Through your work, you have helped make our time here at Niagara an enjoyable and enriching experience, which we will all deeply miss once we venture onto the real world. Finally, I would like to thank all of you, the families and friends who have supported us throughout our college career. It was that we got to this point through your guidance, support, and of course your money. Now, the reason that we're here, to the graduating class of 2012. After 4 years, I've written many speeches, delivered many presentations, and endured many all-nighters. Yet it is still a struggle for me to write this speech for today. Not because of nerves, but because of the accomplishments of 2012 are too numerous to list. From the Ridge Report to senior cruise and all other activities, the spirit, enthusiasm, and camaraderie of the class are what sets us apart from all others. What else can I say to my friends, peers, and classmates? Congratulations. We have become so close. If nothing else, senior week got us even closer. From the hallway gauntlet of the senior cruise, to doing the wobble at every time the song plays, to doing hammies on the jet boats during senior week, we have grown closer and learned so much about each other. Even though all the fun times outside of the classroom, we still excelled in our academics. With this, I would like to extend our gratitude to the people at Google and Wikipedia. We are finally here, but now what? We call today a commencement, obviously not because our college career is over, but because the next step of our lives is about to commence. Each of us will be going in our own directions, some into the workforce, others to graduate school, and some to serve the military, serve our country in the military. Wherever the next step takes us, let us remember the Vincentian values that were taught here at Niagara and lead our lives in accordance with the values of St. Vincent de Paul. He said, "With God's help, you will continue to succeed in your leadership and in your duties. Because our Lord's work is accomplished not so much by the multitude of his workers, as by the fidelity of the small number in whom he calls." He's called on each and every one of us here today. So let us go forward into the future and be the class that makes a difference in this world. It is our duty and our obligation to take what we have learned here, our knowledge, our morals, spirituality, and implement them in our communities for the greater good of society and to the honor of Niagara University. In the words of OAR, you can lose all your money, lose all your gold, that you'll never lose your heart and no one can take your soul. That's why I'm not going to quit and I'm never going to stop. Remember that your heart is always here as a purple eagle. If you ever forget that, you can always look into your drawer and see the 500 free NU t-shirts. Never forget the lessons, memories, and friendships that Niagara has fostered. We'll always be here as a family. Hashtag Purple Nation. Thank you.
I want to offer special thanks to Brother Martin Schneider, CM, our commencement marshal, who met the many challenges of staging today's commencement. Additionally, it should be noted that this year marks Brother Martin's 25th year of leading these commencement ceremonies, and this year also marks his 50th anniversary as a Vincentian brother. I would also like to extend our appreciation to the many people who contributed in numerous ways to bring today's commencement ceremonies home to Mount Eagle Ridge. A special thanks to Vincent Agnello, JD, Professor of Business Law and Director of Family Business Center, for serving as Associate Marshal for today's ceremony. I am now very pleased to call on Father Levesque for his remarks. Father?
Thank you very much. Well, dear graduates, congratulations. You've heard that many times today, and you deserve every one of those greetings. Thank you for being a part of Niagara University, and now we wish you well for a future full of great hope and happiness. I take a moment to thank Paul O'Leary, trustee of the university, to take his time to be with us today, and I want to single out our honorees once again, Sylvia Nasar, Robert Clune. They have done many great things in their life, and they have served others in some very special ways. And today they come and they honor us by their presence, and we are grateful to them. I say congratulations to both of you, and thank you very much. To you, the graduates, I say just a few words. You know pretty well who you are. You have had many opportunities to learn that. You know where you come from, your family, and your friends who are here. And all the people who really love you and have helped you through your life. In a very special way, I thank the faculty and the staff and the administration who are here precisely only for you. And so you have had much help. Now I think that you have a vision, you have the beginning of a vision, and you will develop that vision. And what I simply want to say to you is follow that vision, be faithful to it, go forward. You will have challenges, of course, but if Niagara University can do anything, there are a lot of people who can help you. If Niagara University can help you, please stay in touch with us. Stay in touch with the people who know you so well, or have come to know you so well in these past number of years. We want to do anything we can to continue to help you. And yes, stay in touch, and you might once in a while get a letter from us, and if you can, drop a $10 or a $5 bill inside. You are alumni. I'm also very confident that the love of God and the heart and the love of St. Vincent de Paul are also in you. We have talked about the love of God. We have talked about the love of Vincent for many years that you have been here. And we want to say it to you again. There's no doubt about the love of God for you. There is no doubt that as you've lived in a Vincentian University, St. Vincent is looking upon you. So what I want to say to you is keep God in your life. Make your efforts to keep God in your life. And keep the vision that Vincent de Paul had in your life. Vincent was there for those who most needed him, the neediest, the poorest. You will find so many people like that in your life. Let your heart also respond, not just your brilliant mind, your cleverness, your planning, but you let your heart also lead you into the future. We are obviously very, very proud of you today for all your accomplishments, all your hard work, and just for the great young people that you are. So we ask you, be proud of your university, your Niagara home, because we are equally so proud of you. We send you forward today with our love and our blessing. I want to thank the family, your families and your friends who are here, the people who truly think that you are tremendously special, because you have supported them and you have sustained them, and that love will continue, but thank you for the love you've shown them for these past number of years. So I beg God to bless you. Graduates, once again, congratulations. May God always be with you. Amen.
Thank you, Father, for your remarks this afternoon and your leadership of Niagara University. I declare the commencement ceremony of the Niagara College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Education officially closed. Thank you.